need to fight back in your families, in your communities, for your children. You let things come into your house through television that you would never let walk through your front door. You need to encourage your children to engage in the fight, to stand up for your faith, stand up for your values in every arena, because they do. The other side does fight. How do you think we were able to take a country and radically change the values of this country over the last 50 years? Because they've been busy and we haven't. I always say that politics is downstream from culture. Steve King can fight all the great battles in Washington, D.C. The problem is the people who get elected are elected from a culture that is increasingly moving against him. Unless we change that, Washington is a reflection of the culture. It does not lead the culture. We have to lead. We have to get engaged, and we have to fight. That's step one. Step two, I'm concerned about the party and our country. Our party in particular, because I think we have become tone deaf to America. I used the example of the Republican convention last year. I spoke on Tuesday night, and I'm very grateful that Governor Romney gave me the opportunity to speak. I spoke on the night where they had placards on the seats, you may recall, that said, "We built this," in response to President Obama's comment about business people not building their businesses. And so they had a whole night of people, one after another. I was backstage, I met them all. Wonderful people of all ages and colors and religions. Come forward, business person after business person, talking about how they built their business and hammering President Obama. But didn't have one person who worked behind the counter or on the factory floor get up and say, "I built this too. And the guy that I work for gave me the opportunity to do it." It's better to have other people talk and say good things about you than you say them about yourself. You know that. That makes common sense. But why don't we do that? We celebrate, as we should, because we believe in capitalism. It's transformed the world. If there's one thing that the world has borrowed from America, it is the free market system, to some degree. So we should celebrate it. We should talk about it. But if all we do is focus on the job creators and not the job holders, we're talking to a very small group of people who would normally agree with us anyway because, well, they have to live with the government and they know the problems already. What we did not do in the last election, and what we do not do as a party, is talk to the folks who want to be with us, but they don't think we care about them because we don't talk to them. Literally, we don't talk to them. We have lots of small business meetings and meetings with this group and that group. We don't normally sit down with the folks on the floor, the folks in the call centers. They do not support Barack Obama's policies. They don't. They don't want to vote for him. But give him his due. He talks about them. He talks to them. And he thinks, they make him think that he cares about them. Ladies and gentlemen, if our party doesn't start talking to working men and women, and don't use the term the other side uses. Who does Barack Obama talk about all the time? The middle class. Since when in America do we have classes? Since when in America are people stuck in areas or defined places called a class? That's Marxism talk. When Republicans get up and talk about middle class, we're buying into their rhetoric of dividing America. Stop it. There's no class in America, and call them on it. America is a place where everybody has the opportunity to succeed. We believe in everybody. We are the party that values the dignity of every human life, not them. Let them take what we rightly own, which is believing in every person and their ability in this country, whether they're going to MIT or whether they're special needs and working an assisted job. Each one of those people add to the richness and fabric of our country, or whether it's my daughter who'll never have a job. We love them all. They're all welcome here. And we need to talk to them. We are the party who's for the little guy. Yeah, they know we're for the littlest of the little guys, which is so important, but we're for all the little guys. And America is changing, not just culturally, but aspirationally. Saw a survey in ABC News the other night that 40% of Americans now believe that owning a home is a good thing. 40%. That's down from 75% 20 years ago. We've stopped dreaming. Barack Obama said, I got a deal for you. I'll pass this law and this law, and I'll take care of this, and we'll take care of that. Just lower your expectations. Just give up that freedom and the opportunity, and we'll take care of you. You'll be okay. We'll make a social compact with you. We have an opportunity right now unless we strike. Because once that settles in America, as it has settled in Europe, that social compact is a disabler, is a disease that undermines people's will, energy, hopes, and dreams. Steve King is right. I said this during the campaign. The potential nail in the coffin is socialized medicine, which of course is what Obamacare is. I know it's an impossible fight, as some have said, to fight against Obamacare. It is a fight that doesn't look like can be won. But we have to continue to fight. Because if Obamacare is implemented fully, the chances are, well, if you look at every other country that has implemented socialized medicine, not a single one has ever repealed it. And it has dramatically changed the societies. I remind you that 100 years ago, the sun did not set on the British Empire. 100 years ago. And it had been that way for hundreds of years. And now, does anyone, I love the Brits, but does anyone see the Brits as a world power? As someone who has tremendous influence over the events of the world? No. But they used to, because they used to believe in themselves. They weren't satisfied. They believed in the values of British society. Now they make fun of themselves. We used to believe that America was the great beacon of hope for the world. We had leaders who believed it too, who wanted to spread the greatness of our country, proudly profess it. Now we have a president who apologizes, who's shrinking from the stage because our values are not worth promoting. We are in a transitional time in American history. And if the Republican Party is not going to stand by the principles of our founding, who is?